Welcome back to the 1216 podcast. This is 12. I apologize for the delay on this video. The chapter has been out for a while now. I had a few things going on. I'm all good now. We're all back and we're ready to go. As you can tell, my boy 16 been holding down the 1216 podcast with the uploads he's been doing. Love seeing my boy working good. Hey 16, let's keep it moving strong. But we're back into it again with another banger. We have, of course, chapter 1131, Loki and the Underworld. Yeah. But before we get into it, we know where we left off at. We have Yamato chasing down, of course, the sword that was just stolen while she was asleep. So Yamato's up on there. They're getting it going. They have that Oni dog, Mama Horsey, Otama, and they're getting little right now trying to find a sword. Now, on top of that, we start off the chapter. Of course, Luffy jumped down. We all remember that. And when he jumped down, he got to talking to this guy. And this guy name, of course, is the accursed prince, Loki, who has a bounty of 2.6 billion berries, meaning that the world sees him as a threat for a reason, because we see that he's chained up to a tree. And this chain that he's chained up to, of course, is sea prison stone chains. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. Start us off, though. Luffy is cheering. He's ignoring everybody. We have the animals circling around him, the pack of wolves and different ones, as he stands on top of Loki's legs and has a conversation. Loki is talking to him, or trying to talk to him, and ends up telling Luffy that he's been locked up down there for at least 6 years. And 6 long years on this tree called the Jewel Tree Atom, which of course forms the very kingdom of Warland itself. This kingdom of Warland we all know to be Elbaf. Elbaf. Going strong. He tells them that he's down here, of course, but he's bound to his chains in his tree, and he wants help from Luffy to get untangled. He wants help from Luffy. Luffy, of course, we all know, just won't give somebody help, especially if you look kind of suspicious. But going into it, Luffy's senses kicks off. His observation haki kicks in, and he understands that people are coming, threats are coming close to him. And of course, it's the giant animals and giant beasts and creatures of Elbaf. These beasts are friends of Loki as well. So as these beasts come up, little by little, they start hearing a little story about how, red-haired Shanks was up on the island. And all of the animals that's there, all the beasts, look at Luffy and start to love him, because Luffy, of course, has Shanks' aura in a way. The animals sense no malice coming from Luffy. Luffy loves them. It takes him back, of course, to the training arc that he did with Rayleigh. Back when he was had his 2-year time skip. We all know that 2-year time skip, he had to go through the giant beast. And of course, the giant beast, he had to learn how to dodge, bob, weave, eyes closed, use the observation haki, and unlock the advanced form of it. Now, it's a group of pirates also that's there, or a group of robed people that's there. And this robed people that is there have swords, lanterns, and of course face masks to protect them. But the distinguishing thing from them is that they rub themselves in probably a pile of shit. Excuse my language. But they have to rub themselves down. As they rub themselves down, it creates a smell that makes the animals and beasts not want to mess with them as just yet. Because Loki says it. But then, as Loki still states, he talks a little bit about just how of a pirate, states how much of a coward Shanks is. And as he says Shanks is a coward, it snaps inside Luffy. Luffy goes into gear 4 and hits Loki, of course, with a Kong gun. Bow! Punches him and tells him, keep Shanks' name out your fucking mouth. He didn't say that, of course, but we can all assume that that's what he meant as he punched him so damn hard and told him, don't you say that, not even as a joke. Don't play around with Shanks' name like that. He's never a coward. We all know Luffy looks up to Shanks, goes way back to when he ate the devil fruit and had his arm snatched off, and the mountain bandits, all of that good jazz. The relationship between Luffy and Shanks runs deep. But we cut away just a little bit because we have to make sure we keep up with the rest of the Straw Hats, of course. And this bridge they're on is shaky. We have Nami, we have Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, all up on this bridge with Chopper and Chopper, all on this bridge trying to get across. But as they're getting across, they sense or see somebody running full speed towards them. And this person is fired up like he got hit by a jolt of lightning. Thanks, Nami. But with that being said, it was the person under the mask he rode in, of course, is running through. And they look and say, well, that person's coming our way. So Zoro's first instinct is time to get cutting. Sanji reminds them that it's people behind him as well. It's that the other male warrior and the female warrior that's chasing behind him like they're running for something as they carry the Thousand Sunny with them as well. Sanji tells them, you know what? Now is not the right time. Do what we gotta do. Let's run and get across before anything. They have to get to the Elbaf village as soon as possible. Head over to the Elbaf village, of course. To the Underworld, where we see Rodin and also Sansi. Sansi, of course, is a new pirate shipwright. So, Rodin, the name might sound familiar to you all, is the person who held up God Usopp at Dressrosa after getting saved. And he's also one of the 7 captains that's a part of the self-proclaimed Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Inside of this, there are a few people that is on his crew. We have Rodin, who was the captain that we all met back in Dressrosa. You have the navigator, Rodo, who we all know to be the person who was under the mask, the fake self-proclaimed sun god. We have the shipwright, Sansi. We have the Dr. Gerald. And of course, we have the cook, Goldberg, who we met. Goldberg and Gerald that were back at when they were hiding before they started crossing the bridge. But that's who's up on the crew. Now, Rodin and Sansi are, of course, out trying to get food because they know that the Straw Hats are coming to the island. So what they're going to do? They killed the giant beast, destroyed it. Now they have to carry it back. And to carry it back, they have to move around and use teamwork. This beast is bigger than them and they're giants. So, of course, heave ho, it's time to go. They set off, walking back, carrying it together, both above their heads. We are mighty warriors of Elbaf, the new giant pirate crew. As they sing their theme song, walking back to, of course, the shore to catch them when the new giant pirates, Dory and Bragi, land with the rest of the Straw Hat crew. Speaking of the rest of the Straw Hat crew, we're now near Elbaf. They can actually see it now. The shore is not too far out of sight for them. And Brooke just gave Robin a new hairdo. The style that he gave Robin is a throwback. Even the Giants were to say it as well, that this is the same style that Robin had when she was a little 8-year-old girl when she first met Jaguar D. Saul. And this right here, this is prepping us for the reunion of Robin and Saul at last after 20 years of them being separated. Because we all know Saul, who was back there on was back there, they got frozen up by Aokiji when Aokiji hit him with a ice capsule. Ice capsule, all he did was preserve him. He did not stop his heart. He didn't try to destroy him. He didn't unalive him. All he did was preserve Saul with the ice capsule that he hit him with that moved back when they were up on the island. Things are going for a twist because we have people running around the island as they get closer and closer and they scream out, "We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. Help. Dr. Saul has fallen and he won't get up." The chapter ends right there. What the fuck just happened? How is Saul down? What is going on? When Robin hits, is Saul only down because he's crying because he knows that Robin is on her way? Or is Saul now getting sick? And something's happening right now. The fact that he won't get up. What is going on? It's amazing to see that we're going to get Robin to reunite with Saul. Hopefully, Saul does not perish. I want to see Robin Dara she as happy as possible. On the flip side of that, I want to make sure that we talk about Loki, the accursed prince, of course, who we all know to be locked up. And he's locked up to this giant tree with sea prison stone cuffs on him. Chains on him. These sea prison stone chains we know are holding back his true power. He is self-proclaimed to be the strongest warrior in all of Elbaf. Does that mean that he ate a mythical fruit that allowed him to have some form of, like I said before, when we first saw his name, did he eat the trickster fruit where he becomes a jester, a jokester, a god himself? He becomes the true essence of Loki. Lives up to his name. Because we all know that he skipped the generation from the fruit being passed down to him. He jumped ahead, got rid of his pops and his grandpa, and took the fruit for himself. Now, it's all about what that fruit is. He's chained up. It's only good sun down there. He calls himself a sun god. He's surrounded by these different types of beasts who want to obey him or respect him enough not to attack him or eat him. But it goes a long way still. I'm actually excited to see, hopefully, if we can, just what devil fruit this man Loki actually has. And also, what happened between him and Shanks. 6 years ago, Loki was tied up. Shanks just left the island a little while ago because he just got through with Kid and wiping Kid out. So Kid may be somewhere around the island, shoreline somewhere. Maybe, just maybe. Or he may not be. But what did Shanks do to Loki to make him that fucking mad? And we all know that the Straw Hat crew is finally finna reunite at Elbaf. And I cannot wait for Usopp to finally become his true form inside this chapter, this arc, this era, this Elbaf land. I want to see the level up of Usopp. But let's stop right there. Please give us your comments, your thoughts. If you read the chapter, what do you guys think about it so far? What are you most excited about? And also, who shocks you the most inside of this chapter right here? We all know that we just got introduced to the new giant pirates led by Captain Hiroden, of course, that has his 4 underlings inside there. We know now that we have, these hooded robe people running around, these giant animals, of course. Shanks just left. We know that the giant pirates are up on their way to come and land really soon with the rest of the crew. And of course, Robin meeting Saul for the first time in 20 years. And then, what happened to Saul to make him truly collapse? Also, shout out to Brook for being an all-around swell guy. He was able to cut Robin's hair even with the waves going around the Elbaf ship and made it look really good. Like he Brook is really himothy. Brook is underrated, by the way. But down below, let us know your comments. Please, please, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or enjoyed it or just stayed around for a long time or to the end of the video. It goes a long way. Please share it with your homies, and your homies' grandmothers. And then, of course, let us know what you guys think. Reach back out to us up on our other social media accounts. Make sure you guys go check out 16's reaction videos. He's been going crazy with them, especially the ones for the new trailers coming out for different movies. There's some stuff out there that's looking really good, and I cannot wait for that. I do miss, of course, doing a pod with my boy 16. We will be back soon. We're supposed to come back on the 2nd of November when stuff came up, but we're still rocking and rolling, uploading and going crazy. Let us know what you think down below. This is 12 officially signing off.